Hello and welcome to Unacademy. I welcome you all to this session. In this session, we'll try to understand important battles of medieval India, something which is important for the examination, be it both statement-based questions, chronology questions, or a standard match the following question. Remember, we are trying to now bring in these types of videos wherein we'll cover all the factual portions. I'll give you a trick to learn it. And I'm trying to consolidate everything in a certain space so that you don't have to go to any other source. Now, before we begin, remember, that the 17,999 plus 12 months extension offer is going to end on 14th August. Very important opportunity for you to join our family. The lowest price and an extension offer is always very important for an aspirant. So do use this opportunity to become the part of our family. Use the code IAS English so that you can be tagged to our team, and also you get mentorship by the English team in that regard. Now, if you need the PPT, and I will upload the PPT for this session, that will be the most important resource for you in this Telegram channel. Just subscribe to this Telegram channel and you can use this information for any examination, be it UPSC, be it other state PCS examinations. Comes generally in state PCS more, but UPSC has also shown precedence to ask battles, and that's why we're covering it. Now, the first is obviously medieval India. Will start with Ghazni and his incursions into India and the Hindu Shahi rulers. Now, Hindu Shahi rulers will fight two important battles, but the first one is considered more important, which is called the Battle of Peshawar, which is between Ghazni and Jaipal. Jaipal will be defeated. He will then, there are two different stories. He was in a way humiliated and therefore he went in for ritualistic suicide, but he was defeated. Therefore, Ghazni got access in 1001 to the northern part of India, and therefore it will open up the gates for the Indian subcontinent being looted by Ghazni. And there is also one more battle which is called the Battle of Chach, which is going to be fought in 1009 CE. Not Jaipal, but his son Anandpal is going to fight with Ghazni again. Hindu Shahi rulers were the only one who basically gave a very stiff resistance to Ghazni in that regard. Both were defeated very comprehensively, and the Indus sector was very well captured by Ghazni because of first Battle of Peshawar, then Battle of Chach. Thereafter, these battles are more common. Peshawar is not known too much, which is First Battle of Terrain and Second Battle of Terrain. First Battle of Terrain happens because of the, you can say, disintegration of the Samanid dynasty, further leads to the establishment of the Ghaznavids, and thereafter the Seljuks. And when the Seljuk dynasty is going to break up, it is going to break up into two, which is the Khwarizmi and the Ghurids. Ghurid or Gori, Muhammad of Gori, was now locked in a certain phase where he had Ghazni, where he had Khwarizmi dynasty on one side and the Chauhans on the other. And therefore, because he was locked between these two powerful dynasties and he could not go towards the west, unlike Ghazni, he then chose to enter into India. So Gori and Ghazni have different motivations. Ghazni had more a motivation of looting because he had access to the west towards the European sector. Gori, on the other hand, did not have this option because of the Khwarizmi dynasty. So he then thrusted into India via a certain conflict with the Chauhans. First Battle of Terrain, which is going to happen between Prithviraj Chauhan and Muhammad of Gori. 1191, Prithviraj Chauhan is going to win, but he underestimated the fact that Gori is going to come back. Prithviraj Chauhan even also went to the Ghadwalas and said that we need a certain alliance. That is the betrayal of Jayachandra, as it is called. And Prithviraj Chauhan, in a way, also knew that this was not the end of the story. And that is where the second Battle of Terrain is going to happen, where Prithviraj Chauhan is again going to face Muhammad Gori, and then Gori is going to win in 1192, opening the floodgates. This is the point from where we see medieval India, early medieval is over, medieval starts. Do understand one thing very clearly, that it was the stirrup, the iron stirrup, which allowed Gori to have mounted archers. The stirrup allows for better grip on the horse. Mounted archers can move around. Rajputs were brave. Rajputs had a very good army. But the problem was mentality, which is the feudatory mentality which was there. Not my problem mentality. They were not united. And this disunity did not allow the Rajputs to give a very good resistance to Gori. And Gori used that disunity along with a technological change of stirrup and mounted archers, that he was able to breach the army and therefore win the Second Battle of Terrain, which is considered to be the starting point of medieval India. Thereafter, Jayachandra, who did not help Prithviraj Chauhan, will regret it later, because at the Battle of Chandavar, Gori is now going to go after Jayachandra. Jayachandra will be defeated in 1194, and the consolidation of North India will be more or less complete with taking the Chauhan and the Gahadwala sector. So this is Ghazni. This is one incursion which happens that 1000 to 1030 period. But thereafter 91, 92, 94. Three very important dates. You should remember them. This is in chronological order. So you should remember it for the examination. Very important in that regard. Further, now we have two battles where Mewar is involved. Mewar, one of the strongest. Now we are in that interregnum period. See, there are further smaller battles, but I am only discussing the ones which are important for the examination. Therefore, I am shifting now the focus away from the Delhi Sultanate, because Delhi Sultanate per se, what Khilji is doing, what Alauddin Khilji is doing, those battles are micro histories. We don't have to go into that. We rather go into a separate tangent, which is of Ranakumba. And the first one is going to be between Ranakumba and Mahmud Khilji of Malwa. Remember, this is Mahmud Khilji of Malwa, a small subsidiary dynasty within Delhi Sultanate, not the main Delhi Sultanate dynasty, you can say, timeline in that regard. This is called the Battle of Sarangpur. Now what happens is, Ranakumba's father is assassinated. The person who assassinated it will go and get refuge under Mahmud Khilji of Malwa. He will ask for his, you can say, extradition, that you give this person, he's killed my father. Mahmud Khilji is not going to do that, and therefore Ranakumba is going to attack Mahmud Khilji of Malwa and he will imprison him. And this is the first major battle wherein Ranakumba showed the power of the Rajputs again. Thereafter, the Battle of Nagaur. Nagaur is an interesting case of two brothers fighting, and then again Ranakumba of Mewar getting involved, under which you have Shams Khan, who's the first brother. The other one is Mujahid Khan. Mujahid Khan and Shams Khan are brothers, and Shams Khan is basically removed from the throne, or in the battle of succession, Shams Khan is, you can say, defeated by Mujahid Khan. So Shams Khan goes to Ranakumba and says that please help me and I will help you have an influence in Nagaur. However, though Ranakumba helped Shams Khan and Shams Khan won, what happens is, once Shams Khan is installed as the ruler, he will not remove the battlements and the fort expansion which Ranakumba had asked for. So he will now become oversmart, and under that, now Ranakumba is going to defeat Shams Khan and annex the whole Nagaur sector. So this is basically because of the oversmartness of Shams Khan. This is because of an assassination. These two battles, Sarangpur and Nagaur, are not talked about too much. First, second battle and Chandavar still people know. This they don't know. Thereafter, the next set is again very well known to UPSC aspirants, and generally in every book it will be covered. First Battle of Panipat. Babar was a Bhikhari, or a person who was in a way embroiled and sitting in Kabul because of the larger shifts which were happening in the Central Asian sector. The Timurid dynasty had declined. It had got divided. The Uzbeks had become a problem for the Indus sector. You have the Ottomans taking the European sector. And thereafter, you also have the Safavids who will take the central sector. Babar had no other option but to run away from the Uzbeks. He was sitting from Fargana. He had now reached till Kabul. When he will reach at Kabul, he will establish himself. He will even try to meet Daulat Khan Lodi. Daulat Khan Lodi is not going to meet him. However, because Ibrahim Lodi had become a proper despot and he was now harassing Daulat Khan Lodi for payments, and Daulat Khan Lodi and this Lodi mentality of the king not being that important, or rather a first among equals, Daulat Khan Lodi along with Rana Sangha, which is again a story which is sometimes contested, but it is believed that Rana Sangha and Daulat Khan Lodi both invited Babar to come. Like predecessors, like Timur, like Ghazni, they thought that Babar is going to come. He is one of the sons of Timur, grandsons of Timur. He is going to defeat Ibrahim Lodi and go back. However, Babar needed a golden opportunity to come into the Indian subcontinent. He will use that. In the first battle of Panipat, he was desperate. As soon as he will enter into the Indian subcontinent, Rana Sangha will realize that Babar is not that person who is going to go back. He will withdraw his support. But Daulat Khan Lodi will still go ahead and help Babar defeat Ibrahim Lodi because of the Tulungma and the Rumi technique. He had a numerically very small army. But the problem was that Ibrahim Lodi had never seen Ottoman techniques of battle, which today we call Trishul formation or Trishul concept, where you use flanking fold war, where there was too much confusion under Ibrahim Lodi, and Babar will win the first battle of Panipat to establish the Mughal Empire. Now, he thereafter will move further from Panipat towards the east. So, Battle of Khanwa, Babar said that you did not help me, you did invite me. So battle wherein Rana Sanga had said to the Rajput Confederacy that Babar is coming. We don't know his battle techniques, but we can still fight together. And all Rajputs fighting Babar would never have allowed Babar to win. However, Rana Sanga will be singled out. He will be defeated by Babar, and thereafter Babar will win this sector also. Then Babar will move further towards the heartland of the Rajput sector. And here Medni Rai, who was heading the Rajput Confederacy, is going to face at Battle of Chanderi. And Battle of Chanderi, again Babar will win because of the techniques and the very effective use of gunpowder. Gunpowder, Rummi or Tulugma technique, or what is called as Ottoman techniques, were the two most important advantages which Babar had, which allowed him to then do what he was doing. Then he will then push towards the last of the Lodhis in the Battle of Ghaggar, Ghagra, whatever you want to call it. And in 1529, he will complete the expansion of the Mughals or of Babar from the Panipat sector towards the Bihar sector. But the Lodhis under Nusrat Shah are going to fight. They will be defeated, but not fully. And that will come and bite Humayun, as this set, which is PKCG, you can remember this as PKCG, very simple, straightforward acronym. You can make one acronym here also, which is, you have PTTC, PTTC and PKCG. If you can use this as a way of learning, very simple, straightforward technique to learn these battles in chronological order. Now, the Battle of Chossa is now the Lodhis coming back under the, you can say, leadership of Sher Shah. Sher Shah very well, you can say, versed with the Bihar sector, the way the Ganga used to work, and the whole sector. His father was already a revenue officer. He understood this sector quite well. Humayun, too overconfident, and also was caught up in the battle between him and his brother. Babar did the same mistake as Timur, which is dividing into the empire into his sons, and therefore you have Kamran versus Humayun happening in the background. Now, Humayun and Sher Shah are going to fight. Sher Shah is going to win. Humayun will be saved by falling into the river. However, he will not take Sher Shah Suri's, you can say, power that seriously the way he should have. He will still take him very lightly. And thereafter you will have Battle of Kannauj. This battle will lead to the Interganam. Sher Shah will defeat Humayun very comprehensively. Humayun will now start to run. Kamran will capture the Delhi sector and the Agra sector. He will then go via Amarkot, where Akbar will be born, and then enter into Safavid sector. For 15 years, the rule of the Mughals was gone, and the Interganam of Sher Shah or the Suri dynasty is going to come through. However, Humayun will be back in the Battle of Sirhind. In 1555, he will defeat the son of Sher Shah Suri and re-establish the empire in that regard. Therefore, now we have Babar, Humayun, Sher Shah Suri, Interganam, then Akbar and Jahangir. That standard, you can say, concept goes forward in that regard. Now, for Akbar, the most important battle was Second Battle of Panipat. That he was not competent enough because he was only a 14-year-old child. So Bairam Khan, under what is called as the Bairam Khan Regency, Bairam Khan is going to fight the Second Battle of Panipat under the, you can say, regency of Akbar in that regard, or Bairam Khan Regency. Bairam Khan, the most important tutor, along with the Mahamanga of Akbar. Akbar will win or Bairam Khan will win just because of chance. Hemu or Hemchandra was winning. He had all the Lodhis again riled up together. But what was happening? What happened was, in the battle, one arrow is going to hit Hemu in the eye, and there will be chaos in the army, and that will be used by Bairam Khan to win this battle. Most probably, if the arrow had not hit Hemchandra or Hemu, what would have happened was that the Mughals would have lost this sector, and the Lodhis or the, you can say, Afghans would be back under Hemchandra in that regard. Thereafter, we shift our focus to a battle which is going to happen in a parallel universe, which was in the peninsular sector, which is Vijayanagara Empire and Bahmani. See, Vijayanagara Empire and Bahmani fought multiple battles. We will not go into the micro details. This session is based on efficiency of, you can say, understanding and efficiency of information. So we will straight away go to the battle which changed the whole story of the Vijayanagara Empire, which is called the Battle of Talikota, or the Battle of Banihati. In this, once in 1492, the Bahmani Empire is going to start to disintegrate. It will disintegrate into 5 sultanates. Now, Vijayanagara Empire under Ram Raya is going to face one of its most difficult challenges under Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Bidar and Golconda coming together. All these four confederacies will come together except for Berar and defeat the Vijayanagara Empire, which in turn will lead to the Aravidu dynasty coming through in the Vijayanagara Empire. But now the Vijayanagara Empire is going to decline and shrink very quickly. Talikota is considered to be most important battle for the Vijayanagara sector, where the whole concept is going to change. Though on paper Vijayanagara Empire is going to survive for another 50-60 years, close to 100 years in that regard, but the core territory only, other areas were now taken by these 5 Deccani Sultanates in that regard. Now, we will end this session with 2 very important battles which will again happen within the Mughal universe, which is first the Battle of Haldigati, the most important. Most of the Rajputs had already accepted the suzerainty of Akbar under Akbar's Rajput policy, very well, you can say, taken forward by Jahangir and even Shah Jahan. However, one Rajput state defied the Mughal authority since the beginning till the end, which was Mewar. And this is under Maharana Pratap, and Mughals under Man Singh are going to fight a decisive battle in 1576, which is the Battle of Haldigati, in which the Mughals will be able to breach this sector but will not be able to capture Maharana Pratap. And Mewar is then going to always be an area which will defy a thorn in the bouquet of Rajasthan in that regard, wherein the Mughals will never be able to capture that sector till, you can say, when they will capture this sector. The Mughals were declining in that regard. Remember, Maharana Pratap and his power and the Battle of Haldigati, that was quite important. Last battle which changed the course of history for medieval India and in turn will lead to a decline phase is the Battle of Samugad. Samugad is the battle of succession after Shah Jahan between his 4 sons under 2 major sons, Aurangzeb and Murad, and you will have Shah Shuja and Dara Shikoh. Dara Shikoh versus Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb will prevail. Shah Jahan had already said that my successor is going to be Dara Shikoh. Aurangzeb was going to defeat him, and thereafter he will establish an empire which was intolerant, which was based on temple destruction, which was based on also a very weak economic foundation, which is called Mughal decline, and this will in turn lead to the concept of what we today call as Mughal decline and the establishment of the British Raj. Now, I hope that this information has been comprehensive enough but efficient enough for the examination. If you like these type of sessions, comment in the comment section that what other topics you want me to cover. I will cover it in 10 to 15 minutes so that you don't have to go to any other source and you can always come here to revise. These PPTs will be shared with you and I hope that you like this session. Thank you, take care, and do learn these battles before you go into the examination. Bye-bye.